My fellow business owners, what if I were to tell you that everything you have been told about AI has been a lie? That society has given you a hidden truth, an unfulfilled story? My brothers, what if I were to tell you that AI is not just the future, but it is our very way of life? What if I were to tell you that it is far more cogent than you could ever imagine? That it is our live generation's renaissance, our live rebirth? Well, if you don't believe me, then people of understanding, allow me to explain. My fellow people of understanding, welcome. For the people who don't know me, my name is Ibrahim Kashif. I'm the CEO of Horizon AI. We're a company which deals in AI voice agents, and currently I'm leading the AI renaissance. But if I were honest, this world is going through not a revolution, but the greatest change it has ever seen since the 14th century. The only true change that it has ever seen for over 500 years. And that change is our generation's generational renaissance. People of understanding, understand this, that 35 years ago, our parents were given the generational update called the internet revolution. It changed their society forever, and still, till this day, it affects ours entirely. And 200 years ago, our great-great-grandparents had the industrial revolution. It was their version of the generational revolution, the generational update, and it affected our parents and us and changed their entire society forever. But what I'm trying to get to over here is that 500 years ago, our great whatever grandparents had the generational renaissance. They were given this period in which their entire society, their entire way of life, their entire way of thinking and doing things changed entirely. It literally rebirthed their society, and still till this day, it doesn't just affect us, but all of the generations prior till that very point of time, and we're still all reliant on that time period. This sort of generational renaissance, it still influences every small detail today. Way of thought, way of actions, laws, every single thing still till this day is being influenced by that so-called generational renaissance. For over 500 years, because of that time period, their way of thinking, their way of thought, their way of doing things, it has become our way of life. Our society is built on them. Understand this, that there are only two ways that a generation can actually grow up and produce its contribution into the human race, and that's either through a generational update like the industrial revolution or the internet revolution, or it can be done through a generational renaissance, which not only updates society, no, it absolutely changes the way of life. A change in life so great, a change in mind so great, that still till this day, the greatest minds ever produced were done inside the period of the Renaissance, the generational renaissance. Talk about the greatest inventions ever, the greatest thought process ever, the greatest visions ever, the literal greatest generation and the greatest societal generation ever. And guess what, my brothers? We've been thrown directly, hook, line, and sinker, into our very own renaissance. A period in society so rare and so enlightening that it changes so much for the better. And people of understanding, if till now you haven't guessed what it is, then let me enlighten you. It's the AI renaissance, artificial intelligence. But not just any AI alone, no. It's AI voice agents. But you might also ask, what is the AI renaissance and how can I be a part of it? And you're probably also wondering, why should I even change things for the better if I'm stable? And why should I upgrade with the times in the first place? Why should I rebirth? Well then, allow me to explain the what, the how, and the why of the AI renaissance. People of understanding, I know what you're reflecting. You're reflecting a simple question. A question which consists of three separate parts: the what, the how, and the why. Well then, allow me to answer. So to start off, what actually is a renaissance? What does the word literally mean? Well, the etymology of the word renaissance comes from Latin. The Latin word nasi, yeah, that's N-A-S-C-I. And it literally means be born. But if you take it into further times, it comes from French. The Renaissance meaning rebirth. It refers to a period inside European civilization that was marked by a literal revival of classical learning and wisdom. It was a period so influential, so life-changing that it literally, again, produced the greatest minds ever out of the entire human race. I mean, we have minds like Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo, Michelangelo. Brother, we got people like Shakespeare, Machiavelli. I mean, like, we have so many people with the greatest, most influential minds ever. And I'm not just making this up. I mean, like, literally go over to ChatGPT and type, ask it which period produced the most influential minds ever, and if you ask it to just give you the answer, it will reply with the Renaissance. And obviously the people of understanding of that time period go way beyond Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. There's thousands, there's hundreds of thousands, there's millions. I can't even name all of them. But the main point is that that time period changed reality forever. It changed society. It changed the way of life. It changed the way of living. It changed the future forever, influencing every single generation after it. And that is literally what AI is doing right now. It's not something like the internet or the industrial revolution. No, it's not anything like that. In the span of 2 years alone, AI went from here till all the way there. It is the literal most influential way of life now. Think of all of the biggest companies and the biggest apps that you know out there. Look at Instagram, look at Nvidia, look at all of the companies, look at Apple. They're all pivoting over to AI because they all understand something so important, that AI is not just the future, but like I said, the way of life now. I mean, my brother, it is literal artificial intelligence. It is engineered intelligence. What more could you want? Like, it takes a fool to genuinely look at this and go the other way, not implementing this anywhere in his life or his business or anything. Imagine right now if you didn't use any of the inventions from the Renaissance. Let's not even talk about the Renaissance. Talk about one singular man. Let's say that you didn't even care to use any of the inventions of Leonardo da Vinci. How would your life turn out? Well, for starters, he invented the helical screw, which literally provides your ability to fly around this world, man. He was the one who introduced flying machines. Imagine your life without planes, without helicopters, without this ability to travel. Hydraulics and water systems. Imagine your business running without hydraulics and water systems. What could you do then? Like, not even talking about your machines, your cooling of machines, but even the bathroom, man. What could you do then? And even literal ball bearings which allow engines to work. How would you drive around? How would your machines even run? How would your generators run if you didn't have ball bearings? Heck, how would your fidget spinner run if it didn't have a ball spinning, man? Look at this stuff. 500 years ago, he invented the literal basic principles that we have right now to invent everything. This was all 500 years before the internet, before you could go ahead and search, hey, how do I build this? What is this tutorial? What does this word mean? Before you could search anything, before we had widespread availability of knowledge, he produced this. And that is just one man, the Renaissance man. That is just one of him. There are thousands. There are millions. Now, when I look at AI, it is the exact same thing as the Renaissance and these inventions and these minds and this way of life of the Renaissance. The AI Renaissance is not only going to produce the best minds out there, but it's going to produce a whole new way of life, a way that we will become dependent on because it is our way to scale. Look, understand this, business owners. Change only provides one simple thing. It provides an upgrade. It provides something for you to build on. If we talk about AI and AI voice agents, how are you going to build and scale your business widespread if you have to keep on worrying about employees? How are you going to worry about royalties, about hiring new employees, about checking on them, about managing, about all of this, spreading your vision, even talking to the lowest employee to the highest CEO? There is no communication line that you have implemented if you want to scale on a much larger scale. How are you going to do that? AI is the next big thing, and you have seen it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. You know yourself that you are involved in something bigger than life, something greater than life, something more influential than anything you have ever come across. You know that it is possible and it is capable to change everything around you, your business, your life, your family, everything. Your very way of life will change in the next 5 years alone entirely by AI. Look, business owners, understand this. Besides way of life, if I talk about practicality and understanding it in literal words of business, if we look at your employees right now, they are not capable to scale for you. You have to rely on them for their perks, for them being motivated, for them wanting to work, for them to come into work, for them handling their actual job with full reliability and dependency. You have to train them. You have to work more on your employees than they will work for you. And I'm so done with this lie that you have been fed that you need more employees to scale. No, look at the biggest businesses out there. You see giant businesses out there with 500,000 employees and stuff like that. What you don't notice is that, yeah, they've gotten to that stage, but they have involved more automation and more robotics and more AI than their entire worker force. They have more automation than the amount of workers, and that is what you're lacking right now. You don't need more employees. You need less. You need more automation. You need more artificial intelligence. You need to be able to scale without having to rely on employees. The biggest businesses in your area are already doing this. They have invested heavily into AI because they see that this is the future, that the true reality is that you need less employees and you need more automation. You need to 10x stuff, and the only way to do that is through the renaissance. Real scaling happens through advancements, through automations, through innovation, and that is what the AI renaissance is here for. And now let's get into the second part of your question, the how. How do you be a part of the AI renaissance? Well, that's simple. The way you join the AI renaissance, it's not through firing all of your employees. It's not through throwing them out the window or something like that. No, it's through genuinely understanding. Number one, understanding how AI can genuinely benefit you, AI voice agents. And what I mean by that is understand that employees are valuable and AI is valuable, but not all employees are valuable and not all AI positions are valuable. And what that means is that, yeah, you could have a cold calling agent that could call thousands of numbers and get you booked meetings, but the AI is not going to be able to go on the meeting and talk to them and get the deal done. No, that's where you need an employee. What I'm trying to say here is that AI is still as advanced as it is. It cannot entirely replace a human when it comes to jobs like this, when it comes to closing a deal or closing a client on a call. It can't do that right now, but it can do the simpler tasks for you. It can get you meetings booked. It can do customer support. It can answer questions. It can qualify leads. It can do all of that, but you just have to understand that it's a ratio. You have an AI agent doing all of the hard stuff, but you have an actual employee in the back end just managing everything, seeing if everything is going good, and if needed, transferring it over to a live manager and a live human agent. That is how you're gonna win. That's how you're gonna work with the AI renaissance. Understand this, that we are right now in the beginning of the AI renaissance, and how you will win is by using both your employees and AI. You have to use the AI system to basically do all of the hard work for you. Talk to the actual customers, keep on filtering it out. If you get 10,000 calls, let 9,999 be handled by AI, and the one call, let it be transferred to a human agent, because it's a much more advanced call and it needs a human agent. But the moral of the story is this: AI will 10x your efficiency and it will reduce your cost. If you have 10 employees filtering through your calls, seeing which one actually matters, just doing basic questions and answers and stuff like that, then why are you paying them 3K per month for that? They're not only answering questions, but they're also representing your brand image. And if you can't motivate them every single day to do their literal job, then they're not going to be able to do a good image. And yeah, guess what? Human beings get tired, so your employees will get tired. So the moral of the story is that use AI to filter and allow you to scale. Let AI do the hard stuff. Keep a normal employee in the back, just one employee or something like that, and you can have your entire business run by AI. And if you understand that ratio, my brother, I'm telling you that you will genuinely win. Invest into AI voice agents and invest into this so-called ratio in which you can have 9999 calls being handled by AI and the one call being transferred to a human agent if needed. AI's main role right now is to do the annoying task for us. You know, go ahead and qualify this lead, go ahead and book this meeting, go ahead and answer this question. The tiny tasks that build up to take so much time out of our day, that's what AI is here for. So instead of having 10 employees over there, I'm telling you, my brother, it would be so much more beneficial if you just had one AI agent and one actual employee handling your entire customer support, and it would be able to handle everything. And look, man, why would you want to stay behind? Your competitors are already using this. The biggest businesses inside the world are already using this. And understand this, that like the websites, right? Like the internet, everyone nowadays needs an online presence. You cannot survive without it. You cannot survive without ads, without social media, without mass outreach on the internet and stuff like that. You cannot survive without having an online presence. But if you look 30 years back, no one cared about a website. No one knew about a website. No one knew about the internet. It did not matter, but now it is a requirement. So what I'm trying to say here is that why are you waiting for AI to become a requirement for you? I know, and you know this as well, that AI in the next 5 years is going to transition from this brand new renaissance to this new requirement. You're going to have AI, and by the time that you have to have AI, your competitors will have already implemented all of the AI and have already 10x you and 10 times reduced their cost. They're going to already have that done while you're still sitting here trying to figure out what AI is. So why sit back and let that happen when you know AI is literally the future and you can invest into this right now? Why are you sitting back and why are you waiting? Like, genuinely, the Renaissance was such a period of enlightenment. It was such a period of heightening exposure. And the AI Renaissance is finally our generational Renaissance. We finally have this time period in which everything is gonna change, and it's gonna change for the better. I can win, you can win, we all can finally win using this AI. So I guess that's all we had time for today, my brothers. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And yeah, you know it and I know it. My brothers, you clicked on this video for one reason and one reason only. Now, I can only sit here and I can only show you and tell you and stuff like that. But obviously, you've heard about AI voice agents. You've heard about the fact that it uses human-like agents and human-like tonality, emotions, all of that. But let me prove it to you guys. I want you guys to go into the link in the description. There's a link over there to my website for a free AI demo call. I want you guys to test it out. There's 4 different avatars, 4 different accents. Go ahead and select one, type in your number, click submit, and you're gonna get a free call right over there. And I want you guys to tell me genuinely, do you think this is the future? Because I know that it is. My clients know that it is, and everyone watching this video right now knows that it is. So I want you to tell me genuinely, are you ready to join the AI Renaissance, or are you gonna wait for it to become something for you to require? So anyways, yeah, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and tell me what next video you guys want to see, and like always, stay hard.